No matter what they call it, no matter what they want it.
Yeah, so I thought tonight we'd start off with a little talk about the Stanford study that's making the rounds on social media. I mean, you can't look at a social media stream or listen into anything without hearing somebody refer to this Stanford study. And basically, it was a sensational title and catchy, and everybody grabbed hold of it, basically saying, hey, we've got more cases than are being officially recognized, and therefore they call it the infection fatality rate, which is similar to the case fatality rate, but we'll discuss that a little. Anyway, that's much lower, so really it's just the same thing as the flu. And everybody, this has kind of become a rallying cry for people that have a belief structure that says COVID-19 is the same as the flu. Problem is that there were tons and tons of flaws with the study, a lot of issues, problems, really in two areas, dealing with the methodology of the study itself, and then also in terms of the authors and their bias and agenda. And we published an article on the website that really breaks down the details of everything. Highly recommend checking it out and reading it. So I'm not going to get into all the details. I kind of tonight just wanted to kind of focus on the authors a little bit and what's going on with it. So there was an article that just dropped on the day that they released the study to the public in the Wall Street Journal. And it was a opinion piece, and it was written completely in third person by the author, meaning the researchers, the Stanford study, whatnot. And it basically just touting this study as this just revelation of new data that's life-changing. You know, oh my gosh, this is the truth. Problem being that the gentleman who wrote it happened to be one of the authors of the study itself. No disclosure of that anywhere in the Wall Street Journal article. You know, huge conflict of interest there. Really shameful on the Wall Street Journal, because a reader wouldn't know that. They would think this was just an expert outside of the study saying this is a great study when it was one of the authors of the paper. Also, in the first sentence of the article, he refers to other experts who are questioning this whole that the virus isn't as prevalent and the fatality rate's higher, and he links to an article. So, like I usually do, you're going to link to something, I'm going to dig into it, see what's going on with it. Lo and behold, it's the article that we tore apart a couple of weeks ago with two authors, another opinion piece in the Wall Street Journal, who were saying, oh, well, there's a lot of cases in the NBA, so therefore there's a lot of cases in the US. And just junk science, and basically admitted, well, the NBA is not representative of the larger population. But hey, forget about that. If we ignore that and we go ahead and project this on the country, it would mean that the fatality rate's much lower. Well, lo and behold, the two authors on that paper were also authors of this study. One of them being the lead author, and the other being the second most important person on the paper. So we've got three people basically publicizing, promoting this study in the Wall Street Journal in opinion pieces, not disclosing any relation they had to the paper itself. Huge problem, because you basically got, and these two people that came out and made the original statements in there, I mean, they basically got slammed by the academic community. I mean, they went as far out on, you know, a limb as you can go as a researcher with nothing to back them up. Just threw out this bomb out there saying, hey, you know, the fatality rate's much higher, and they got hammered for it. So they didn't start this study until after that. So basically the study was their attempt to redeem their professional reputation. So they were completely biased in doing the study. And I just wanted to put that out there because that's something that most people don't know and aren't looking. You got to be, like we always say, you got to be really careful that you check your sources, you look for relationships and connections, because there's a lot of sneaky crap going on out there. There's a lot of money out there for research and things, you know, even on the vaccine side. So you're going to have companies coming out saying, oh, we're making breakthroughs on the vaccine. when they're probably really not, but they're seeking money. And one of the other lead authors on this paper really is more of a venture capitalist. He does have an academic degree in that field, but everything that I can find about him, he's more of a venture capitalist in the biotech field. So that leads me to believe that this is more oriented towards trying to get money for research or something down the road. I just want to bring that up. A lot of methodology issues with this. Basically, at the end of the day, when you really look at the math, it was total junk science. Basically, the study said that there's a range of prevalence from their small sample that they did, which was non-random, non-peer review, biased in how it was conducted. Basically, there's a range, and that range is anywhere from 0 to 4.2%. Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. That tells us absolutely nothing. So there could be 0 of the virus out there in the population, up to 4.2%, somewhere in between there. We already knew that. We already know there's testing issues. So clearly there's more cases out there than we've officially recognized because we have a testing problem, and we know that. But trying to take a leap to take a non-random, biased, small sample and claim that that's representative of a larger population and statistics is just a no-no. And it just basically was a garbage study, but everybody grabbed hold of it, and I just kind of wanted to touch base on that. Definitely encourage you to read the article. It goes into some of the methodology issues.